Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. May 9, 2019, the Regime Change Edition. First up, the Wall Street Journal reports that the UK regulator, the Financial Reporting Council, or the FRC, Britain's watchdog for accounting and audit, has slapped a £5 million fine on KPMG and severely reprimanded the Big Four accounting firm for its failures in connection with the audit of the financial statements of the Co-op Bank for 2009, the year the lender merged with the Britannia Building Society. The penalty was later reduced to £4 million because KPMG agreed to settle. The FRC said that KPMG and its audit partner, Andrew Walker, admitted their conduct fell short in two areas: the audit of fair value adjustments of loans in the commercial loan book acquired from Britannia, and the audit of securities acquired from Britannia called leak notes. Next up, from the Financial Times, the U.S. will return assets of almost $200 million to Malaysia from an international probe into funds missing from the 1MDB sovereign wealth fund that was turned up in the United States, including money linked to the film that produced The Wolf of Wall Street. The DOJ has already returned approximately $57 million that was linked to Red Granite Pictures, and the U.S. will soon remit another $139 million linked to the sale of a stake in New York City's Park Lane Hotel, allegedly bought using 1MDB money. The reimbursements are a victory for Malaysia, which launched an immediate investigation into 1MDB, and from which the DOJ alleges $4.5 billion has gone missing after Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad ousted Najib Razak in elections. Next up, the continuing saga of the NCAA bribery scandal in basketball. Now, separate and apart from Varsity Blues, so this is athletes. But the Atlanta suit maker, Rasan Michael, pleaded guilty to bribing ex-Auburn assistant coach Chuck Person in hopes that Person would land him players as customers after they became pros. So yet another guilty plea in this case. One can only wonder when the NCAA is going to wake up and actually do something. And finally, regime change continues to be a portending event, one that Karnak the Magnificent might actually utilize for corruption investigations, as Bloomberg reports that Nigeria has sued Shell and E&I officials for corruption over a Nigerian oil deal, and the lawsuit's in London. It believes that a handful of executives, including both the CEOs of the company, were tied to more than $1 billion in bribery payments. This is the well-discussed License 245 that was granted to Nigeria, or rather awarded by Nigeria to Shell and E&I. To win this, the companies paid $1.1 billion to the government of Nigeria, but the government of Nigeria says that they knew the monies would be used for bribes going forward. If you didn't check the latest episode out of Popcorn and Compliance, please do so, because Jay and I are joined by Sean Friedland to break down the Avengers movie Endgame. Sean is an MC Universe aficionado. We recently premiered 2 new shows on the Compliance Podcast Network in modern medium. Paris Fox takes a look at how you go through the process of designing art and why it's so important for the compliance practitioner to utilize these skills in their communications with their employees. In Forensically Speaking, Jonathan Marks helps you understand the forensic side of compliance.